More and more seniors are learning that martial arts can be a rewarding and healing form of exercise, and the experts say anyone can do it, no matter what your age.
Don't ask these folks to sit around all day. These men and women are truly kicking it up and bettering their mental and physical health.
It has been a very relaxing, calming sport for me. And I find that after a session of martial arts, especially if I get to come here often, I find that, let's just take it by week, I find that my week is more peaceful, and I have much more patience with my kids and just with everything all around me, because in life, things get thrown at you and you don't really decide which things get thrown at you, and martial arts has made me ready.
Despite what many people may think, martial arts is a practice that can be enjoyed by all ages, no matter what your physical limitations are. Just ask Dr. Kum Sang, owner of Master Kum Sang Martial Arts. This 60-year-old grandmaster has practiced the art all his life.
In the society, there's a lot of stress. In martial art, if it's done properly, it gives you peace of mind, and also gives you flexibility. As we age when we get older, my age and all beyond, our joints get to be more stiffer. And because of martial art, it keeps it loose. And as long as your brain, your mind is your main computer, as long as you enhance that, you can learn martial arts. It doesn't matter what age, because I teach young as 2 years old here. And I teach people, we don't call them senior citizens, but I have students who are over 90 years old. So it isn't so much a physical aspect of what you think in the Western culture of jumping and kicking high. It is the inner peace, the enjoyment.
Although the practice of martial arts was a long-standing tradition in his family, Dr. Sung didn't set out to make martial arts his livelihood. A doctor of Oriental medicine by trade and training, it was the movie makers led by best friend Chuck Norris and eventually the U.S. military that looked to him for his expertise.
And so when Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris and all the other friends started doing movies, I said, I'll try it. And a friend of mine was in Knight Rider and Lethal Weapon, and also he was in California. I lived in California. So he and I made a pact. I'll go to Europe and I'll do the movie there, and he'll stay in California, and whoever makes it to the top first, like Bruce Lee was, that we will bring the other person in. So I went to London, and I have my photo resume, and I'm going from basically agent to agent. And then I went into this one place called MGM, and I saw they recognized the name. And so they said, okay, go to this hotel next morning. So he made an arrangement. And I went there, and guess what? The person who was head of the fight scenes or the martial art corps was a friend of mine from California, Ed Parker, who also taught Elvis Presley. So we both looked at each other and said, what are you doing here? And that's how I got into the movie, and it just kind of grew. I went in the military thinking I'm going to learn this new trade called microwave, learning how to build a microwave. And I became the head instructor for the Special Forces. The next thing I know, I'm going in to learn how to do microwave. Now I'm teaching hand-to-hand combat. It's like something I can't get away from. And through that, I met General Bernard Lefke, who is the Henry Kissinger's aide. And he hired me basically to be his personal assistant. And I taught all the Special Forces, from the Marine Corps to Navy SEALs. The two reasons people come to me is that educated people come to me to learn the martial art, the philosophy, the art of what it really means, and also a form of the peace, as I say, the stress control. Then I have people who come in for self-defense because they have been attacked or they have fear of walking at certain areas. I'll say you're walking down the street and you see three huge men, muscular men, and they're walking towards you, and they're going to attack you. Are you going to be afraid? And every woman said, yes, I'm going to be afraid. Now, let's take the same situation. Let's put your child next to you. They're going to attack your child. Are you afraid now? She said, no. See, the mind. It is the mind that controls the body. It is the mind that controls the spirit. And once you realize that you're protecting something that you truly love, and you're willing to give your life for it, those three men have no chance. And in our society, martial art is that training, and that's what I teach. You come here to learn, not so you can go out and fight. You learn so you could develop your mind and you could develop your spirit. And if you do need to use it, yes, you have the ability.
Dr. Sung brings his healing expertise to a special morning class on Wednesdays and Saturdays here at his Toms River studio, where he says he has seen countless success stories of improved health.
First, we need to critique them and what their ability limitations are. Then I have to watch and gradually build their weakness. If they have a bad joint, bad knee, bad headache, or so on, I need to know where the level is and how much they can take, and then gradually build that up. So when the person comes in, they have to understand there's a limitation. So before they even come to me, they should see a physician. So it isn't just coming in and just moving. They're being monitored. They're constantly being watched. And if I see that they're going too hard because they get so excited they forget, then I stop them and we make them do it less, and then so on. So when anybody who's watching this show or watching and thinking about doing martial art for their health reason, no matter what age, you're never too young and you're never too old to learn.
So what we have found by practicing a gentle form of martial arts, Tai Chi, people begin to offload the daily stresses, begins to release the beta endorphins, which relaxes one, and hence blood pressure automatically begins to fall. We also know that hypertension is a big risk factor for heart attacks. So there's a direct effect. Lower blood pressure and one stress, heart attack risk begins to fall. So that's one positive benefit. Secondly, with reference to arthritis, Tai Chi will increase muscle strength. It will increase flexibility and agility. We now know that if you can increase the strength of your muscles around each joint, the pain level begins to decrease. Again, and these are all studies coming out from the Mayo Clinic.
The greatest appreciation is when a student comes to me named Marie. And I'm not going to mention her whole name, but her name is Marie. And she's very athletic. As a young girl, she was, she was a dancer and very athletic. And as far as her movements, was excellent, because great coordination. And she came to me one day and says, when my husband died, I died with him. And through martial art, I learned to live again. So it wasn't so much physical, but it was emotional. That touched me, that I was able to touch another human being through my knowledge.
Grandmaster Kum Sung has a host of other classes, including classes on self-defense offered to adults of all ages. He also encourages grandparents to consider taking his family course with their grandchildren for an experience that can be shared through the generations. For more information, visit kumsongkarate.com. Reporting from Toms River, I'm Desiree Behringer.
For everyone here on The Best Years, remember to make this year your best year. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sandy Levine.
We want to hear from you. Send us your comments and show ideas. Call the Best Years hotline at 732-255-0445 or email thebestyears@ocean.edu. Visit us on the web at www.ocean.edu/best.htm.